I hope you. I hope you. Yeah. I wrote this on some intuition. I wasn't there in time. Something told me I should see the signs. I hope you happy now. No time to mourn, I'm on the second line. A parade stretched to many miles, just celebrating times. To be a man, the world will humble you soon. Ain't no riches in my burial tombs, nor is heaven for few. Just want some love like the family I knew. And yet they ask me why I'm always on mute. Shit, I'm stuck in a loop, steady pressured. Eyes water, my life confessions. Peep the message, call me back and don't forget me. I admit this shit is hard to resume, but I'ma keep on spilling my truth. I told Leah and Jordy that I'ma be there, so don't you worry about it. Shit, I know how I feel to have the distant father. Who you call as a child when niggas will beat your mama? What you do when control is never the fucking option? Brace yourself for this single moment just might be left. I took a breath and said fuck it, that afterlife is next. I wonder what is next. I hope you. I hope you. Yeah. I hope you find what you looking for. Shit, I had to meet 'em at the Rose. Gifted promises ensuring that I make it home. Know your path and don't forget it, my nigga. Before I change the world, I still gotta stare in the mirror. As my review becomes no issue, don't be mistaken, cause the past has made a breakthrough. I hope the sun rains on you when you find your glory. I hope your life is fulfilling, fruitful before the soil. That's word the oil, let it storm before the sunshine. This uprise is heavy lifting. My ghetto children, may you be alright. Until the end, y'all. Until the end, y'all. Until the tomb as I rest like, yeah. I hope you alright. Yeah. Until forever in time. Until forever in time. Yeah. Yeah. Until forever in time. Yeah. Yeah. I wrote these songs for you. I wrote these songs for you. Yeah, yeah, and I hope you alright, and I hope you alright, yeah.
Warning. The Federal Communications Commission has determined the following content to be emotionally harmful. Snowflakes should not view this content under any circumstances, even if supervised by a G.I. Joe, Navy SEALs, Army vet, or someone with good common sense. The views and opinions expressed, including the depictions of persons of color, corrupt politicians, white people with or without a tan, haters who have yet to brush their teeth typing angrily in the comment section with hot breath syndrome, do not reflect any official policy or position of the U.S. government. This program contains graphic language, dark comedy, unique intelligence, creativity, a high credit score, and high blood pressure when triggered. This program has also been accused of racism, violence, misogyny, mansogyny, feminism, MGTOWism, defacement of celebrities, and of course, being a bully. Welcome to Thought Crimes.
Thought Crimes. Thought Crimes.
Good morning, everyone. This is your girl, Sincere, and I'm here with...
Hey, good morning, everybody. This is your man, Prince Solomon, back in the building again. What's good with you all, too, by the way? So, yes, definitely, good morning. I hope everybody's doing pretty good. We got Ghost in the building. He says, hey, man, just drinking my espresso and walking my dog, about to do me some studio work. All right, so you're going to be live in the studio.
Yeah, we lost the legend recently, Peebo Bryson, and he's someone who is a legend in the game. So many beautiful hits and albums, a beautiful voice, and also someone who watched Thought Crimes. We had a couple years ago an exchange, short exchange back and forth with Peebo. Actually, thinking about it, we should have tried to get him on the show.
Yeah. It happens. You just never know, though. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, Sin.
But yeah, it's a major loss today, and of course, June is Black Music Month.
Yes.
Where we're gonna have people call in and tell us who your favorite black artist is.
All right, excluding Jack Harlow, boys and girls. Okay.
Yeah, you hating on Jack Harlow?
Yes.
He went blacker.
He said I went blacker.
How are you gonna have a black list without any Jack Harlow?
Well, he went blacker and he sold less. Maybe the racism is starting to break even. All right. Yeah, so Peebo Bryson, the man, the myth, the legend, wonderful voice. I definitely thought he had an otherworldly voice. I think he had some of the strongest love ballads ever written.
Even DJ sampled him one time. He wanted
DJ. Shouts out to DJ.
DJ sampled
that
one.
Chicago nigga, man. He get down. But shouts out to DJ. But yeah, a lot of soul. If you guys know the brief history of Peebo Bryson, wonderful, talented songwriter. That's right. No ghost written. All right. Incredible vocalist, voice coach, trainer as well. And also co-writer. He did a lot of work with Roberta Flack.
Yes, who's another legend in the game.
Definitely helped put Disney hits on the billboard. Most of millennials do come into Peebo Bryson, if not by their aunties, uncles, and grandmamas and mamas. But if not that, damn sure with Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin. All right, with the notable song with Regina Bell. So
another legend, and also Celine Dion as well, another legend in the game as well.
Absolutely. I think for me personally, two of the favorite joints from him, Peebo, the self-titled album, it's the gold cover. Y'all know, like, the color code is pretty dark. Look, I got a theory. A lot of gold soul albums usually are like perfect 10s. All right, with the album cover being colored in yellow and gold and things of that nature. But
is it the one Reaching for the Sky?
Yeah, the one called Peebo. It's
Peebo Bryson, right?
Yeah, it's just the one called Peebo, and then there's the other one, I Am Love, and what was the other one? Crosswinds. So I like a lot of the 70s, late 60s, 70s soul type vibe and R&B music. So that's usually like my lane right there. But he definitely has some stellar points that he's put up on the board in the 90s. And in fact, you can argue he had another career arc in during his tenure.
Well, 70s had
90s.
a lot of just strong writers and singers.
Yeah.
It was really like it's interesting because a lot of stuff was stripped down in the 70s where you just had really great musical bands, you had really great vocalists, and then when we get to the 80s, we get to the the more I would say a little bit more attitude, a little bit less technical skills. But you still had a lot of people out there that had technical skills, though.
Well,
like when you think
80s,
about the crash and all that, like
Yes.
Yeah. Celine don't like it. Like people with bad voices, but they may have a decent band.
Well, you know what? Just to say this, because we are going to open up, some of the phone lines about 45 minutes into the program. But another thing is that you got to remember they was like deconstructing bands around that time too, and you start to get more of like synthesizer sounds and start becoming more focused on the solo act or even to some degree the 3 or the 2.
McDonald went solo. I can't forget I'm not in love anymore. What happened to the sound of your music? Well, when I was with the Doobie Brothers, you got to remember we're a band and the music is more complex. But me, right now, in my solo career, it's just mostly stripped down, focusing on my sound.
Yeah. No, Sid is right. But yeah, no, like you brought up earlier, Reaching for the Sky, classic. I Am Love. He had his self-titled debut, Peebo. And one of the things I will say to the point about like a sound becoming more truncated going into the 80s, although still dope music coming out of the 80s, right? I did like the idea that they didn't care with their ballads with these boisterous symphony tracks in the background. One thing that was real dope about him is that a lot of his earlier work, you can kind of hear him singing over like low-key orchestra arrangements, So a pioneer voice and legend in the game as well. And I did revisited a couple tracks, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I said, what, it's not like a cultural standard at this point to like love, like forms of love, different, Like, I'm not saying, like, we don't have, like, oh, that's my girlfriend, that's my boyfriend, all this other stuff, right? But, like, these big ballads of, like, I am in love, or I've fallen out of love, or I'm chasing love again. I find that fascinating. I almost like like romance, grand romance, so.
They had a lot of love ballads.
Yeah. I was like, man, you know what? There's a lot of hateful music. But anyway, again, like, we broke this news on Patreon. It was actually on Patreon, and it came across my feed. I did see about a couple days ago that he was having health complications, and then I guess it was announced. It was announced a couple days later that he had actually passed away. He was born in 1951, if I recall. So that means he would have been 75. So, there is a bit of a closeout of an era from the musicians and even some of the actors that were born in 1951, too, by the way. So, it is interesting. Let's see here. Black Venus says, I miss hearing those. He allowed a lot of dope rappers to sample him. Yes. And a lot of dope producers. Jay Dilla, Kanye West, look, I mean, but if you're sampling great music, at the very least, your rap songs are going to sound pretty good.
And I remember a lot of duos back then. This collaborations were all top tier.
Yes.
Back then, strong vocalists. And you saw a lot of men and women doing love ballads together. Oh, yeah,
like he did with Born to Love with Roberta Flack.
Yep.
Yeah, Roberta Flack popped up in the feed again with Jay-Z. Was like, the Roberta's Flack. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. But, yeah, and it was something that Sin touched on last night. about ballads, and how we kind of seen like that kind of fell out of contemporary favor. Of course they said they Adele can sing the ballads and that Sam Smith gets to sing the ballads, but it's kind of like overall though.
And it's no hate.
No,
I mean, Sam and Adele can sing, more leaning towards Adele. Her debut album was a good album, but it's just not the same as the pioneers and the people who've basically was able to continue the tradition. And and I'm not even just only talking about race, because I feel like Celine Dion is one of the dopest when it comes to that. Even the soundtrack to Titanic and all that. It's just like, or whether we talking about Whitney Houston, talk about Aretha Franklin.
Yes.
So, it's levels to this.
Oh, also, seeing you were right. I stand corrected. I'm sorry. My mind was going all over the place sometimes. So, but no, yes, Reaching for the Sky. I'm sorry about that, love. You was correct. It was Reaching for the Sky. That's the album that I always thought was really fire. And again, I Am Love, because I like some of the symphony arrangements. Kind of in the same vein that you seen with Nina Simone would do, concerning breeding over into jazz as well. So, yes. Also, Niji says here, wow, I remember Peebo and Regina did a duet together. Yeah, actually, a lot of people, because again, he kind of had like a big boost and a big kick in pioneering how they formatted soundtracks for animation in the 90s. Again, black folks are everywhere. Black people are everywhere. Black American people are everywhere.
Black music saved Disney. Like, come on.
Come on, let's be real.
You had Tevin Campbell over there.
With
you had
the Goofy movie.
Peebo Bryson. You had a lot of amazing talent. Regina. You had a lot of people. A lot of black people, they made the Vanessa Williams.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen The Color of the Wind and all that?
That was the best part of that movie.
I know.
Yeah.
Pocahontas is a
bad movie.
boring ass animation, but
boring ass animation.
people fuck with the soundtrack because of Vanessa Williams.
Have you ever seen
the whispers and the dun, dun,
right?
dun.
Have you ever seen a bad movie with a dope ass soundtrack? Yeah.
That's Pocahontas.
Yeah, that's it. Pocahontas, But also Capricorn 23. Yeah, you're right. Ballads. It was something that brought up earlier. Is just, and Sim was touching on this last night. Ballads. Yeah, it is a bit weird.
Well, they started to have people who can't really sing ballads do it. And no shade to Rihanna. I like the
blah 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 blah
Ponda replay. I love that. Blah, I love when she do the hip hop stuff like dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
I still got my money. I was not feeling ballads from Rihanna. I missed that YouTube channel. Remember they used to do the divas?
Oh yeah.
Where they would have Aretha Franklin, Beyonce, and them pretend that they looking at like Rihanna when she does the ballads. Like, ugh.
You know what?
The only one I would give her credit for that it seemed like she vocally improved was Love on the Brain.
Yeah. I mean, and then listen, I left it alone because I'm not gonna be all up under Rihanna's videos commenting saying the girl can't sing, because I actually like Strip Club Ratchet Rihanna, and I liked Rated R.
Rated R is
that Rihanna was the zone for me.
Rated R is a classic album,
right?
And it doesn't mean
Rihanna in the video with the bag wigs twerking. That's the fire Rihanna.
It doesn't mean she can't sing certain songs. Just the ballads weren't good.
Right. Yeah. It says here facts. I remember Shanice and Vanessa Williams. Yes.
And remember Denise Williams?
Yeah. Absolutely. It is an interesting thing though with ballads. How do you all feel about the absence of contemporary love ballads in black music?
The world is going to shit without it. I mean,
people are singing their love for men like Trump before they sing about like a woman.
Just love, period. It's pretty. You see how the world is declining even more without the love ballads.
Yeah. No, I mean, realistically. Look, and I actually think that's a problem with a lot of aspects of our culture. I'm not saying like we don't have songs about love, but like vulnerable. Because if you think about like a love ballad, it's very expressive, bold, and vulnerable. and that's kind of that has not really been the theme for the past.
It don't matter who, because Luther Vandross wasn't singing to women.
No, he sure was. He might have been singing to his hairdresser, but he meant that.
Never too much, never too much.
Was it "Be with the One You With"? Go ahead. That was such a shady ballad. That was such a shady record.
It's just not a lot of people singing about love.
Yeah. So fantastic voice, very powerful voice. It's going to be very interesting, though. It is very interesting. Now I know BET. They say they're going to. I believe they're going to supposed to be honoring Peebo Bryson, which is cool.
Well, then I'll take a look at that then. Yeah. I wasn't going to watch it, but I'll take a look at that.
You weren't going. I mean, I thought you was going to check in a little bit to see the Drewski jokes
on social media. Maybe.
Social media.
I'm cutting down on social media though right now.
As long as really just. It's really X.
No, it ain't just X. Most social media.
No, I'm just saying when people detoxing altogether. But it says yes. I remember VH1 divas. I remember Donna Summer, Celine Dion, Diana Ross, and Mariah Carey on VH1 divas. Yeah, that was a time. And also, Ed says here that's why Chris Brown albums keep flopping.
Yeah,
he needs some love ballads. Too much sex, hot Cheeto microwave music.
This shit is hot Cheeto music. Like, nigga, nobody want to hear that shit right now.
Yeah.
At least mix it in with some. We want to hear some love. I get it. How many times you got to hear these hoes ain't loyal. Took a broke nigga bitch.
Yeah, you know what? When I heard the record, I said, that's good for you, Chris Brown. I was actually proud. I said, hey, man, that's good for you. You got one in, but I won't be listening, No, because I could get that out of rappers, and you try not to take in too much subconscious toxic shit after a while. Oh yes, Keith Washington, another
you gonna love.
That's the Mr. Mustache King right there. All right,
together we must stand.
Yeah.
Baby, come home. Yeah.
No, you're right. You're doing a good job. I was just thinking about what you said about Chris Brown and
it's so hateful. Like even Black Venus said, music is so hateful right now. It is.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
It's very fucking hateful.
I actually went back to just revisit some joints because I'll occasionally have to go back into Roy Ayers, Herbie Hancock, check out what was we bring up Denise Williams and but I actually like a lot of the throwback stuff. I think somewhere around 2012 R&B got a little weird for me personally. I was like, it's a little too much. Little nigga and bitches too much to me. It's a little bit too much. I understand. We Clarence Carter passed away not too long ago, but he had songs like "I Be Stroking," but they don't even. I don't want to get too graphic on here, but I'll just say, even if you're doing quote unquote it, like the kids, when we was kids, you say, if you're doing it rougher, they don't even make it sound fun.
Well,
here's
the thing, it's because hip hop and R&B
beating strippers in the car.
Hip hop and R&B fusion gave the more edgier R&B, but people were still doing ballads.
Yes.
So Bobby Brown still had Tender Roni.
Mm-hmm. Macaroni. Yes.
Jodeci still had Forever My Lady.
Right.
It's like a dream.
Yes, classic.
I'm holding you close, keeping you warm.
Yeah.
And all that.
Somewhere after that Death Row era.
So then
Death Row really affected R&B.
It went all the way rap.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the niggas ain't even really singing no more.
Yeah, what you mean I gotta sing?
Omarion and them looked on stage.
Well, yeah, Omarion. But that was going to be. I felt that was going to
really
be
fucked up when you let me in. I'm not gonna really sing that much. Don't do much.
I felt that was going to be. I felt that was going to be an ego check.
Also, when they started giving NSYNC and all them ballads too, that went downhill. I know there's McDonald music, but them ballads sometimes, come on, y'all stretching it.
It might be people may not always agree with what I'm about to say, but I actually think Death Row had a pretty negative effect on R&B. That's my personal opinion. I felt like after that, because you gangsterfied R&B at that point, and then now people coming in so what I sing. Bitch, I'm rich.
Yeah, it's not even many, which you with Juicy or we all know it's trash. It's not no balance in it. No balance. But we're gonna have people call in, and y'all gonna tell us who's your favorite black artist right now for the Black Music Month.
Yeah,
Let
it
us
is.
know.
It is Happy Black Music Month. But if you haven't had a chance to, check out Peebo's discography, he is one of those artists that none of his albums miss. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's the Hank Aaron. He's batting 10 times out of 10. So if you get a chance just to revisit his discography and check out the dope work he did with Roberta Flack, and also he did writings for others as well. So he was actually quite a renaissance man of music. So yeah, it is Black Music Month, and rap. We got all the toxic black niggas fighting, even the biracial ones.
We're gonna take a break.
Yeah, because
Please, if you bring up any artist you like, even in rap, we're gonna just have it be fun right now. No banging. If you want to bring up a rapper or whoever, just talk about what album or something you like.
you know what? And great points in. Pull Up Shouty, love the name. Pull Up Shouty. Peebo was like Luther and Lionel Richie, all into one. Real smooth. The first artist I listened to as a child. I'm so into you. He does get that, but a lot of times I don't. And shouts out to you in your opinion, man. I just feel like I do feel like Peebo Bryson was definitely his own artist, and I think, I just think some of the ranges were just a little bit different, but fire collection of music too, by the way. So let's see here. Yeah, I need to look up his writing credits. Yeah, you should check it out. Let's see. Okay, Shadow says, I felt Chris Brown would have gave us more fine china.
That was a good one. No, I
Yeah.
get, baby,
Yeah.
you're my favorite.
Yeah.
Just
I
like
get
all
you.
the girls around me. Dun, 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 dun. And just take it slow. Like, again,
That was a good one. That's
a good song. Don't act like you don't kiss the baby. But,
His music.
he need to get on more of that.
Yeah, I think. I'll just say from my personal opinion, I think Chris Brown's music lost a lot of hopeful optimism. That was one of the things that was very powerful about Chris Brown, which is what empowered the youth. People understate how much youthful optimism and hope for the future he was kind of projecting in his music a lot. It's kind of like why they used to slide him in the Michael Jackson category, not just because he can sing and dance and he was doing flips all the time, but Michael Jackson always had like a youthful, hopeful optimism that the world can change and it can be better.
And they slid him right back out because he don't have the discipline to be Michael.
But I do say for a lot of R&B artists, when you are heavily mingling rap into your discography, you do run the risk of being devalued somewhere.
Donny Hathaway, another legend in the game.
Yeah, like I kind of have like that type of vein. Usually with Peebo Bryson recommendations, you also get Donny Hathaway in the same brain. You said CB needs K-Mac back in his corner. Shouts out to you as well. What we're going to do, we're just going to jump right into some of the calls.
And the number is 903-600-0530.
I don't think I will. I'm not going to put Diddy on the screen.
Go put it in. You can still put it in there. Diddy is the king of
R&B.
Of Black History Month.
He's the king of Black music.
Black Music Month. Diddy is the king. Yeah, let's put Diddy on the screen.
Yeah, but mine's some of my favorite ones is Feel the Fire, Reaching for the Sky, Let the Feeling Flow, and Hold On to the World. There's a couple of them with Brother Peebo that I felt he was definitely very powerful.
Is Diddy the king of R&B? I need a girl to ride. I need a girl
okay,
to
Sin,
make my wife.
Sin has talked to me several times before, and she knows like there's certain parts of 90s R&B I just don't like.
You don't like when Diddy talking over Toto? Can't you see?
I like Toto.
What you do? But I'm talking about.
I
did
love
you like
Toto.
Diddy
I love
talking on.
Yeah, I love that. Hell no. Now, when Sin brought it up, when I was arguing with her, I was like, I said, I'm into R&B, but I actually had to think about it. I said, you know what? Diddy is one of the reasons why I genuinely sometimes is put off by 90s R&B. Because, and I'm talking about when he got married in heavily with the bad boy attitude rap shit.
Girl, when I tell you to trust me. It doesn't mean that I don't care. Bad boy, yeah.
Yeah, but the numbers on the screen.
Never be there. Baby, I'm so
Oh yeah, and then
112.
yeah, and then oh man, Diddy with the James Brown samples, and then him talking on top of the singers.
Talking on top of also when we talk about Thomas.
Carl Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I wish I never met her.
Yeah, never met
At
her.
all.
What's wrong?
Even though I love her so, and she got love for me. Whoa. But she still belongs to someone else. I'm about to hit the bridge, Diddy.
Go ahead.
You just shut the fuck up.
Nah, she belongs
Maybe
to
in another life, things could
She
be
belong to
the way
us. Bad
we
boy.
both did.
Forever. The family. Bad boy family. Forever.
Diddy used to get on my nerves on
Dude.
R&B tracks. I agree. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
shut up.
Then when the song went off, he's still talking. Yeah, we ain't never going nowhere. Now what?
He really fucked up that song with 112 and Mason and when he like
Yeah.
dun 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 dun. But wait, it was like, girl, I need to know where we stand.
We're not sitting.
Do we share this special thing called love?
Don't be selfish.
I know I do. What about you? And then Diddy just kept fucking distracting me like,
about-
shut up, bro.
What about us? And when I say us, I mean you and me. We, bad boys. Yeah, no, actually, no. I'm gonna be honest with you now. When I do like when you get into, I would say like early '90s R&B, but I actually kind of like the some of the boomers that was showing up on new production in R&B in the '90s because I think sometimes vocally a lot of their voices were more seasoned and stronger, and they weren't looking to kind of mingle too much in with a lot of the rap shit, but I do believe, like when I was a kid growing up, it's just like I felt Diddy had a lot of terrible R&B records. I didn't think the singers were bad. I just thought the arrangements was god awful because it's like, why does this guy keep talking? Is he gonna sing? But yeah, let's see here. Capricorn 23 says, I have too many favorites. Aretha Franklin, Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan just released a new track. I posted on.
Shaka Khan.
Make a really pocket Shaka Khan.
Baby, when I look at you, I get a warm feeling inside.
Shaka Khan, let me bite your foot. Shaka Khan. Yeah, let me put your nose in my mouth. Shaka Khan. Let me breathe inside your ear. Shaka Khan. Oh yeah.
Dun, dun.
But yeah, you know, Shaka Khan, she just released a new joint called, what is it, Shakazilla? It's actually pretty dope. Y'all should check it out. Post it on Patreon. Also, 614, you are now live with the Think Tank. We can hear you. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, JS. From Georgia, live in Columbus right now.
What? You in Columbus?
Yeah, right now.
Bruh, what you doing in Georgia, Columbus, man? What you doing out there right now? All right, you must be working out there.
Yeah, I've been working, you know. But nah, man, I don't know what y'all talking about, but I like this R&B conversation right now, man. On the Chris Brown point, I think Chris Brown needs producers, man. Like he got into this mode where he just stuck making repetitive music and whatnot the past couple of years. I think he need to link with like some Jermaine Dupri, some Babyface. Like I think Chris Brown got a big production problem. His production be too similar. Like I'm born in '98, so I grew up on Chris Brown. You know, '05 I was like 6 or 7, so I grew up on the Bull. But like,
Why do you think? I mean, like all those producers will work with him immediately. Why do you think Chris hasn't reached out to some of these legendary producers who know how to put great R&B songs together? Why do you think he hasn't done that?
see, that's a great question. I think it's an ego thing. Like he's a nigga where he know he's so talented, he don't realize he still need help. Like Michael still had Quincy and whatnot, you know. Usher still had Jermaine Dupri. I look at Chris Brown as on the same tree. He's a branch off of that James Brown tree. So I just think it's an ego thing. Like, I think even if he worked with T-Pain more, like, he need to stop doing the 40 song album shit. Like, I want Chris Brown to sit down and give us a 12 to 13 classic R&B album, which I know he can. Because when you listen to those 40, 50 albums, 40, 50 song albums he be dropping, like, I pick like a random track like 22. It'll be some of the best R&B shit you ever heard, at least for this era. But yeah, I think it's an ego thing. Like, I think he should even link with T-Pain more. T-Pain's a very, very underrated songwriter to me. Like, T-Pain is a great songwriter, great production. I think Chris Brown just has a production problem.
Well, I want to go back to a point that you said about Michael Jackson, and as an artist, I'm just speaking as an artist. Michael Jackson is a lot grander and doper than even what people actually give him credit for. You can actually go online and find, I think in 1980, somewhere between 85 to 88, maybe 89 is pushing it. You can actually hear Michael Jackson structuring the demo concept around Smooth Criminal. Like, if you listen to it, it's pretty much completed.
Yeah, I get what Prince said. Like, he don't have the discipline of Michael or Prince, Roger Nelson, like those type of artists. Yeah,
and Michael. Yeah, well, also he did. I think he did Smooth Criminal in '93 or '94, but just something as early as like the late '80s, Michael already had the concept and themes arranged around it. And actually, when I heard it, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, well, what did Quincy Jones do on this record, right? Because that's how completed the demo sounded. Like, Michael's is that grand and dope. And I think
you had two geniuses working together.
Yeah, when you're comparing Michael to Chris Brown, a lot of times I think people just think in terms of maybe vocal capability and in dancing. But Michael Jackson was a very, very gifted producer. I think towards the later part of his career, he got a little bit more experimental. He wanted to try to check out what was the new Jack Swing about, because Michael Jackson also artistically was a risk taker. Not all of the risks paid off. Some of them fell flat. But most of his stuff was huge grand rewards. I think to the point which I'll say,
he went to one of the greatest producers of all times, where he got a 3P.
Yeah, he did. But even with that, there was ego clashes there between both men. And that does happen with artists and producers. Sometimes artists after a while feel like don't keep trying to tell me what to do. It's my art, which it is. But also at the same time, if you having a blind spot and you can't make that connection, like you probably should be able to take that in. The only other thing what were you about to say, Sam?
It's about putting the music first, though. That's what Quincy and Michael did, which it seems like Chris Brown and some of these other people don't do. Forget about the ego clashes. Like, are you going to put the music first, which is what Michael and Quincy was able to do, and then also legends like, are you going to have the skill set to repetitively study like Prince, Roger Nelson, or the work ethic that James Brown had? But go ahead, Prince.
No, you're right about that. I just think with Chris Brown, I think there's a complacency of comfort, and I think he should definitely try to be a little bit more experimental. But go ahead, Carla.
Rap makes things much easier for Chris.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, you just going with songs with Tiger in them, like I hated that he kept also doing collaborative albums with rappers too. Like, bro, you're not going to do like an EP with another R&B artist. But go ahead, caller.
Yeah, man, I think Victoria Monet would be a great collaboration with him. She's a great songwriter as well. But a lot of people talk about his sales in this era. In my opinion, 70K first week for R&B is great numbers in this era, in my opinion. I understand Chris Brown is Chris Brown. He's his last tour was breaking records. He was doing not arena tour, stadium tour. So I understand that aspect of it. Like, you on a stadium tour, you selling 70K first week. But we also got to remember, he's a legacy act at this point. Like, he's been in the game since '05. Like, he don't really need to drop music no more to tour. He can just go on tour if he wants to. But nah, man, I think there's a lot of dope artists out, or R&B artists out right now. J-Man, 2BYG. I think R&B is going through where all Black American genres are going through, where there's clearly some sort of agenda going on, but the algorithm is just hiding. They hiding all the dope shit. That's why I miss shows like in the internet era. I wish BET never sold. I think the BET YouTube page in this era, if Bob Johnson didn't sell it, would be so pivotal to just maintaining dope Black talent. I mean, you just transition to
His wife told him not to
Come
sell.
again?
His wife told him that. He told him his wife told him not to sell, but he still did it. Go ahead.
Yeah, she said that he had a chance to change a generation. But yeah, go ahead, Carl.
I mean, his ex-wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I think obviously all he would need to do is just transition from like the 106 and Park and all that type shit, not Yo TV rap, Rap City and all that. Just transition that to the YouTube page to highlight some of these younger cats coming up, like Kenyon Dixon. There's a lot of dope R&B artists, just like there's a lot of dope hip hop artists out right now. Smino, 38 Stash. They just. The algorithm is behind them niggas. The algorithm is pushing the dumbed down shit, even on the R&B levels, pushing the dumbed down shit that lacking the soul. Same shit with the hip hop side, shit that's lacking the soul. But yeah, I agree. Bob Johnson should have never sold. I like that he's standing for reparations, but I hate niggas, especially in his position. They want to do the right thing when they realize, oh, I fucked up.
Yeah, you're not wrong. We'll see, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, if Chris Brown drops a solid project that's actually sonically more mature or different, I'm not saying like he gotta sound like an old person singing, but I don't. After a while, I don't. Because some of the beats, it's sounding like Mario Kart beats, and I'm like,
Well,
and you got to be careful with that, but. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes, this is made to this point. Maybe what you might be only gonna be able to get out of Chris Brown. You might get a 3 CD package. You may get some interesting jams. What was the one that he put out not too long ago, or maybe it was 3 years ago? I could be off, but it was like 3 years ago, and he was in the woods, and I think he was like fighting a Medusa or something like that. But the arrangement of the track seemed pretty nice. I think it might have been the same album he was dissing Quavo on, and
you talk about Breezy.
Yeah. It might have been that one, or was it that? Yeah, was it Quavo? Yeah, it was that one, or was it the 1111? Whichever one it was. I know it was one. It was around that time when he was doing Chris Vaughn, and I mean, it was funny, but I'm just like, I'm all right, G.
Yeah, that's it. And it's to say this. The last thing I'll say on this. When R&B acts need to collaborate more, I liked when her and Daniel Caesar came together, although he said stupid shit, but
He's Canadian.
Yeah, there you go.
But her and Dram was a pretty fire collaboration.
Her and Dram as well, but they need to collaborate more. Like R&B artists, get on fucking tracks with each other. Even what they said in the chat, like Chris Brown with Brant. I don't want to hear no Chris Brown with no rappers anymore. Like, shit is boring, it's played out, it's corny. We've heard it over and over again. We're not interested in it anymore.
You're not interested in Tyrese as Black Ty? Really? Yeah, man. It's like, one half the disc I'm singing. I said, let me guess, you're rapping on the other one.
I'm glad you said that because Tyrese has a beautiful voice. I don't want to hear him rapping. Just keep singing. That's it.
Yeah, one last thing on Chris. I don't want to beat up on the cat, but I feel like he really did fuck up with all that promoting his alleged street ties and shit. Like James Brown, who had ties to the streets, he never talked about it publicly. OJ's, who allegedly was out here stabbing niggas and shit, they never talked about their street shit publicly. Like Chris Brown, if you an R&B artist, bro, you supposed to be on some even though Sinatra not R&B, but you know what I mean. R&B is supposed to represent like a form of elegance, a form of class. Like, you can have your little street ties or whatever, but keep that shit out the public, my nigga.
Well,
exactly.
yeah.
I'm surprised he doing stadium tours. Like, Chris Brown's such a popping artist that despite, if he didn't do all the dumb shit he did post Rihanna, I think he'd be even bigger.
Of course he would. That was the whole point. That was the whole point of Chris Brown. And you got to remember, this is why I said The Game is one of the most influential rappers on the styling and the aesthetics of contemporary music. When The Game came outside, I saw Lil Wayne dropping red rags over his mic. Jim Jones was like, oh, I'm a proud B member. Chris Brown was spinning around with a blood cape on. And then Lloyd, Mr.
Stop.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Then he had the song where he took the red rag out and he was wiping his face. Don't make me kill a nigga. And I was like, oh my God, man, bro, what the hell is going on? And when I start seeing that type of stuff, I check out and I go back to like jazz and old school R&B because I said, look, dog, I'm not trying to be funny. Number one, I don't.
Sing a song. You better check in.
Yeah.
Better check in.
And you know what, Sid? I'm glad you brought that up. Here's the thing. I don't mind it. Actually, I listen to a lot of singers that do sing about violence, but in a better way. Like Johnny Cash, I killed me a man today. Like he did all that type of stuff. But
it was also mostly talk about redemption.
Redemption. It was a story. I like, okay, I think today is Curtis Mayfield's birthday, right? Curtis Mayfield is one of the strongest storytellers in modern music. Like he can paint a scenario like we say Nas does with the pen, right? Chris Brown, like even Nate Dogg as a crooner, you know,
Let me ride.
yeah, like when he talked about, you know, murder or whatever, it was a theme. I don't like it when the contemporary guys do it because it feels like cosplay.
Because they doing rap though.
Yeah.
They not singing.
Yeah, because when Lloyd, I told you.
They just rapping.
Yeah, Lloyd, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to see if I can find it for y'all. But it's Lloyd, he like singing. And he's singing with some guys, and he takes the red rag out, and I put the B on it.
Prince, pull up shorty said Whack 100 was out here selling blood membership on the low.
Yeah, like, so, like, even with Chris Brown when he became Chris Blood, I didn't know what to make of it. And, you know, I was like, man, that's crazy, bro. So, whatever, man. But, yeah, you know, but he's still an international artist. He's still selling out stadiums. I do like the aesthetics, like when he has that whole graffiti house, or like when he was flying through the stadium. It's something Chris is doing in the live performance that he needs to bring back to the music. And I don't know, to the studio.
We want choreography. We want dancing. We want R&B collaborations. Yeah. That's what we want.
You know what I want to? I want, because James, I was reading this James Brown interview one time. He's talking about at heart he's a jazz singer, which makes sense when you consider his age and whatnot. It's just that when he got into music, jazz wasn't as global as it was in like the 20s, 30s, and 40s. So a lot of the jazz singers just became R&B. A lot of the first generation of R&B singers are really former jazz singers. They just transitioned over when jazz popularity started.
That is true.
Decline a bit. So I want to see like niggas like Chris Brown, like, bring back the bands in the studio. Now I'm saying like James Brown and them used to do, cook up with the bands live in the studio, sing on the spot. Like I'm watching Cadillac Records or some shit. Like I want to hear that type of shit more too, real live instruments and whatnot.
I think that's going to be coming back because we're seeing it spill out of the jazz sector. And we have seen at its best, you know, incorporated with certain rappers. Kendrick Lamar does a lot of that. Jay-Z has been doing it, you know, even with the Roots. He came out there but he did have them to shut up and he freestyled. So, so I don't know how far we could go with that. But
enough of them.
I know. But yeah, you know, I agree with you.
Ye used to do it. Have an orchestra with him.
Yeah, actually, Ye. Was
Sunday
the first
service gospel choir as well.
Yes. Ye was one of the first big rap artists to do that, and I know Metro had they originally have the interpretation. I know he did a Red Bull Symphony interpretation, but also you got to keep in mind, not trying to be funny, a lot of these record labels ain't cracking the budget open for these guys and girls too.
But but do it with your friends. Just to address that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all already have a home studio, all that stuff, even if you talk about breaking it down, doing acapella, all that, Chris Brown could get 3 other dudes who he's friends with in the industry that can sing, Tank, whoever. They go in the studio, just start singing. You get what I'm saying? Have someone whoever's the strongest writer in the crew, write the song. Y'all sing it, sell it.
But you know, R&B singers, they're just as sassy as the rappers. It's just the violence ain't there. I mean, because like you look how many R&B groups with the men and women that tried to make things happen, and then
but I'm just saying for them, they don't even have to have a group and go through all that paperwork. If they own their names, it's just a temporary thing. Like put out an EP together, have some fun. Like we got that with when we had Tyrese and Genuine, and there was who's that guy who sings I'm missing you? He was in there.
Talk about a TDD. Tyrese, Genuine. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a four of them back in the day, and they sung a song.
Tank was in that group.
Yeah, it was not the one.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
Not
yeah,
the one when they was three of them in the group together. I'm talking
Right.
about like back in.
back in the day. I get what you said. Yeah.
Y'all could just make songs together and just make sure that y'all all get y'all money together with it. Y'all can even launch off of that. People do their own little solo EPs, but then they have a group EP.
Well,
Come on.
Well, a lot of them just gotta get out the strip clubs too. Like you can't be making no love.
That-
You can't be making no love ballads when come on, like with a lap dance at the table all day. That's
and
what it sounds
vocally,
like.
I think vocally a lot of I don't know if this is the Chris Brown generation on the. I don't know if this is the Chris Brown generation or influence on the generations after him, but vocally, I think a lot of younger R&B artists need to start taking care of their voice more. Like, don't be doing coke, drinking.
What happened to Ray J?
I was seeing Mariah Carey say when it was time for her to record, she didn't talk. Like, she would go the whole day without talking, drinking water, drinking tea, just to preserve her voice. A lot of these niggas, I ain't gonna say niggas, but a lot of these younger R&B artists, it seems like they don't really understand the importance of taking care of their voice, going to singing classes, vocal coaches, all that. Not doing coke as much. I know they be in the industry and shit, but not doing coke, not drinking as much, just taking care of that voice.
Yeah, even with the foods
That's why
and
Chris' voice ain't as strong as it used to be.
no, it's not. I do hear that at times when he's singing. The only thing that really slides Chris by is that he does put on a show to entertain. But you all right?
Yeah, sorry.
But it's also his it's his tone, his texture of his voice that's very appeasing, and is a lot of nostalgia in the tone of his voice.
And also,
so it kind of slides by for a lot of folks.
That's also very important too, just for people who still do want to do R&B hip hop mix. Please have a nigga who can rap on flow. Biggie was really good on rapping on R&B tracks, and collaborating with R&B artists. Like, if you're gonna do the rap singing thing.
Yeah.
You as the R&B artist, please just sing and have a feature or with a rapper who can actually flow, can give some bars that is on theme with the damn song.
Well, I mean, Eric Bennett's voice, it's still good, but Lyle's voice is pretty strong as well.
Eric, Eric voice is amazing.
I don't know, man. I get what you're saying. I had friends that they came to me like, oh man, it was like, yo, bro, you gonna check out Bryson Tiller? And I remember when Bryson Tiller came out, there was like a subgenre of golf hat singing niggas that came out, and I was like, it's cool. Like, for me, it's cool.
I get
but
what you're saying. It was a moment.
Yeah, it was a moment.
Trap Soul was a nice little moment, but it wasn't like niggas stop. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and I know some guys, and some of the ladies was trying to make that, like, they was trying to encompass all of R&B with that, but with people that transition, like, I don't know, it is something. If you go back and listen to, like, Peebo Bryson's discography, and even his duets and collabs with women and other men as well, for soundtracks, scores, and things of that nature. It is interesting to see, or to really realize, like, how limited, like, R&B is coming across right now.
Like, I
mean, there is a quiet renaissance on the back end, but it hasn't made it to the mainstay yet.
I like the Fall Off album. I think is one of J. Cole's best work. Some of his singing wasn't bad, but I would have liked for him to have most of the singing moments be with R&B artists, or even just one.
Yeah, they need to start back doing that shit.
Is a vibe for love.
Like, when I was listening to some of the Drake, like, Janet shut the fuck up about Drake. The little singing parts on that shit, I like the writing, but I was like, Drizzy, just get actual sing on that, because Drake's voice ain't as good as it used to be either. I think he do too much coke. But he just got an actual singer on the Janet shut the fuck up singing parts. It would have made the song better, and I like the song.
I agree. Janet Shut the Fuck Up is a grower. I really fuck with the song too. It would have been nice to have a singer on there. I agree.
Like,
I agree.
Let's give Miguel to sing them parts or something.
I agree.
Well, I will give it, even, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna say this because I'm gonna be trill, because Wale watches everything. But I'll just say this for Wale.
Wale is good at that. Yes.
I have to ignore everything Wale's doing on social media. I always do it. I don't check out his interviews or nothing, because I think he's a very talented artist.
He stays true to that. He always have dope R&B artists on his albums. Always.
And Wale knows when to shut the fuck up on a song.
He does.
He know when to stop. He might
Yeah.
play with the croning a little bit, but he ain't gonna step on the bridge with the singers, right? He like, y'all got it.
He's one of the best in contemporary times in hip hop who knows how to let the
Perfectly
R&B
blend,
people
yeah.
to blend in. Yeah.
And it's a shame because, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I do have a theory about Wale. I'm not gonna. We made a joke back in the day. We was like, he's the KD of rap, but I was like, nah. He really did put up real numbers on the board. So he got a couple rings on his finger. I do think industry niggas was jealous of Wale, and I do think they set his R&B, his perfectly hybrid R&B blend rap aesthetic. I think they set him down early because he was also making sure like R&B was being recognized, and he would talk about it, have conversations with R&B artists. And I just think, I think my personal opinion, I think rap is a big old spoiled nigga. I think people have given rap too much play. I think it's intrusive everywhere. People put it at the forefront of everything, and it's not even holding to the aesthetics of true hip hop.
Well, and also just to add to it too, to Iceman, which I don't think is a bad album. I think the only song Drake should have sung was "Make Them Pay." Everything else that had singing should have been an R&B artist on it. That would have been great. Okay. So I do agree with that. I think, and then the Fall Off, really good album. A little bit of singing from Cole, fine, because I liked when he was singing a little bit with Janet Jackson, like, oh, just a little bit. Okay, but Janet singing her song, she's singing the majority of it. Yeah. I would have liked for J. Cole to have more singers or a singer doing most of the singing on the Fall Off and him sing just a little bit.
I actually think, I don't know. I think Wale and Chance the Rapper are very two underrated guys when it comes to being able to blend both of those sounds together. And Chance goes into gospel a lot of time on the back end. But mate. But go ahead. Anything else about because you say you love the R&B conversation. Anything else that you want to talk about concerning contemporary R&B and some of the newer artists that you say you was checking for in this Black Music Month that we have right now?
Yeah, man. This is a cat named October London.
Oh, the one that sounds like Marvin Gaye.
He do. I was gonna say that, but he would do sound like Marvin Gaye and shit. But he signed a Snoop label, the new Death Row. So I don't know if Snoop robbing his ass. I guess we'll find out in a couple years.
But the Ray J.
Yeah.
He said, I don't care about you robbing them other niggas, just not family.
Not family.
Y'all see Daz respond to Snoop? He says Snoop never liked Pac, which I mean a lot of people have always
yeah, we all know that, man. There's no nigga.
Somebody in Snoop can't say again.
No, finish your thoughts. You got it. Go ahead.
I was saying, he said somebody in Snoop camp was a pedophile. I don't know. I gotta go watch the video again. I never heard the name. I might be like some industry, business corporate nigga. He says, yeah, such and such pedophile. I was like, I wasn't expecting to hear that word in video, but yeah, man. Snoop stopped robbing niggas, but go check out a lot of these dope R&B artists out right now. 2BYG, they like 17, 18-year-old kids from Fort Worth, Texas, make dope music. They can sing. October London, a cat named J. Mig, Kirby, this light-skinned guy from Mississippi.
I know about Kirby.
Fucking dope.
It's funny you said that. We said when people was going around talking about they doing a Scooby hunt for pedophiles. I said, nigga, they on all record labels. I don't know what you talking about. They with everybody.
They next to all your favorite rappers.
All of your favorite rappers. There's a pedophile weed carrier somewhere. All right.
Even with the big three, allegedly, there's somebody around.
Pedophiles in each camp. All right, but I'm glad you brought up the Snoop Dogg. It's funny. I saved that Daz Dillinger video to watch later.
Alvin was talking about Corrupt.
Yeah.
So Daz was trying to hint to Corrupt.
Oh, he's saying Corrupt. But y'all had a group together. What the? I can't have no group with no nigga and he just like, oh yeah, on my free time I'm a pedo.
All right, allegedly. We don't got no. First of all,
that's why I gotta check that out.
Disclaimer: we don't have no evidence that Corrupt is that.
And we gotta be wise too, cause I don't know, cause we be having random like OG West Coast niggas pop into the chat. Corrupt, yo, what y'all talking about? But anyway, I'll just say this: look. I'm glad you brought up Snoop. Because Snoop was blessed with remarkable vocal cords, probably the most platinum vocal cords we've ever seen in hip hop. A lot of times he kind of got to be lazy artistically, even floating into R&B, right? And he was like one time, yeah, baby, I think I might do an R&B album too. I was like, come on, Snoop.
That doesn't
Nigga, that don't mean you get, oh my God, right? But, I'll never forget that, man.
Yeah, that cool production was enough. Like,
yeah, bro, like, yo, we gotta sit these.
Eruption.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, we gotta sit these rappers down. But anyway,
they getting out of control.
Yeah, baby, I think I just might do R&B myself.
Yeah, baby, I think I'm about to do a rock album, baby.
Yeah, so I'm glad you brought that up because October London, even though there's times it's very hard for me to recognize his own artistic identity because he sounds so much like Marvin Gaye, but he does make pretty great songs. He does make really good music, and that's Snoop Dogg's best surefire bet. But Snoop is a rap nigga at the end of the day, so it's kind of like I'm not really pushing this nigga. But to your point, we'll see if October London is being ripped off. I would hope not, but he does make very classy champagne music.
Yeah, elegant.
Yeah, it's very elegant.
Yeah. You know, I'm an elegant nigga for real. So
Elegantly put. I'm an elegant nigga for real. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, so you know, I like that grown folk shit, man. But you know, there's a lot of dope R&B. Chase Core's another one. He's from Atlanta. Chase Core's a dope R&B. Vocally, he's not as strong. But great music though. Like his music is very well put together. Good summertime shit. Ride around. You got a little John. Got a little joint. Know what I'm saying? Great shit to ride around too.
Well, man, I appreciate you so much. One thing about it, man, you know your R&B stuff, man. We love you so much, man, and you keep doing what you're doing. Shouts out to the folks in Columbus.
For sure, man. Stay up, man. Don't let Rock Nation get y'all niggas.
We trying to avoid them.
All right, now. Thank you so much. Also, caller. All right, you're now live. The Think Tank can hear you. Name and where you are calling from.
Oh, this is Film Town for Film Houston or Film H-Town. Yeah, Film H-Town. Sorry, man. Yeah, I was listening to y'all. You talking about Columbus, Georgia. They have a museum with Ma Rainey and the blues music out there. I don't know if y'all been out there or not.
Oh yeah, actually, I have some family in Columbus, Georgia, and a lot of blues, soul, R&B, and jazz history does come out that way too. But yeah, man, shouts out to Film Town, man. We you know, I hear you stepping around, moving around in the 713, filming niggas, putting the cameras on folk.
Yeah, there was a time where I was doing that. I'm not doing that right now because you know I'm trying to get stuff together. You know, as far as the AI stuff is concerned, but
okay.
No, I'm glad y'all are doing this conversation. This is Black History, Black Music Month. You know, I got to be messy though. We got to talk about the Scratchy Hall of Fame of Black music. You know,
Come on,
there's
Phil
Rick James,
it's funny.
there's Bobby Brown.
It's funny. To me, you sound like you type. Okay. But go ahead.
So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but go ahead. So you say you wanted to get into the Raggedy History Hall of Fame of Black music. Let's go.
Yeah, because we kind of got to talk about that because it's like these artists were so talented yet so dysfunctional, and it's just like, was the dysfunction a product of their talent? Was, you know, them being dysfunctional? Because y'all were talking about Chris Brown, and when y'all talk about Chris Brown, I'm thinking of Rick James, I'm thinking of Bobby Brown, I'm thinking of Marvin Gaye, thinking of James Brown. Y'all bring up Miles Davis a lot and how, you know, the toxic, you know, masculinity with him, and it's just more just I was wondering what y'all's opinion is as far as like, hey, you know, you got these great artists, but they're dickheads. is that par for the course, or you know what's going, like, how does that work?
Today my focus more was on like people who don't have musical discipline, So like when we're talking about the leaving the people you named, Miles Davis had musical discipline, but the other person you named, Bobby Brown, did not. A lot of people think that Bobby Brown's presence in music was a gift and a curse. His debut album was a bit of a male version spin on what Janet Jackson was already doing at the time.
Yeah, queen of the Attitude Era.
With Jimmy and them, Jimmy Jam and them.
Yeah, Terry and Jimmy Jam.
The thing about Bobby Brown, though, some people felt like his debut album vocally eventually was the seeding in the vocal decline of R&B, where people can get away with not being technically as skilled and just have attitude. So this is what we talk about, the attitude era, where we like somebody's personality more than what they're giving us with musical talent. And again, the Bobby Brown, again, debut album is considered a classic album in R&B with a hip-hop fusion, because I didn't like Bobby Brown rapping, by the way, on his debut album. I liked the singing more. Girl, I worked so hard for you to 9 to 5. But then when he started doing the rapping shit on it, it was
I told you I was working hard. You didn't listen.
Now,
why is you tripping?
Some people will say, well, they were doing a little bit of rapping on New Edition. True, a little bit. But Bobby Brown, he was older. He did a little bit too much on his debut album, personally, for me, with the rapping. But, musical discipline wise, where, in the conversation, I would like to know Film and also Prince, with the people that Film named. Like, where would you rank them in musical discipline? I know you're gonna put Bobby Brown at the bottom.
Yeah, Bobby at the bottom, because I love her, but she did play it for me. I sat through the New Edition discography with her.
Well, you like some of the new Edition was more disciplined,
and I liked Belle Biv DeVoe. I like the more new, quicker, snappier swing about it. But
Ralph said that when he was a single artist too. I think he put out 2 good albums, and then after that, the music industry and how that works,
Well, okay. So for both of you all, so your first original statement, yes, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not just rappers. It's just that they just so big and lazy in our face. They consume so much, right? The industry has invested so much in trash rap. It's just a Ponzi scheme now. But most of your talented, really dope musicians, they dickheads behind the scenes. It's just what it is. It's I don't take nothing personal. That's why I say a lot of my favorite artists, for me, I would have wanted to witness Miles Davis. I don't want to sit and meet with him, though. You get what I'm saying? I wouldn't. Yeah. Coltrane seemed like a chill guy. It didn't mean I want to be in the room to talk to him, though, because you just.
No, I feel you.
Yeah, you just never know.
Cool to see Rick James in concert. It would not been cool to hang out with them.
Well, I think having a conversation with these guys probably would have been a great moment in time, because Miles Davis gave, when he wasn't grumpy, he gave a lot of good insight on music. I think, like you said, hanging out with someone, having a professional engagement or conversation are 3 different things. When you're intimate in somebody's personal life, that means you see the darker tendencies of that human being, versus those who have more of a casual
we just
engagement.
Oh man, wow, man, that's crazy.
And like what Prince said, rap has become so corny at times, mainstream wise, that people are more infatuated with the dusty things that's happening behind the scenes. As bad as other artists were in rap and jazz, in rock and jazz and stuff, because of the top tier music, you're not, you hear something on the news here and there about them, but you ain't really looking that deeply. And then once they died, maybe after their death 10 years later or 5 years later, oh, let me look. Oh, wow, I didn't know about that. But with rap, you know about it faster because they're giving you a lower grade of music. So, their personal life, with who getting shot, who getting killed, who digging out who baby mama, these are all even when look at what we've been talking about, even with the whole Jay-Z situation, Drake and all that. It's a big portion of it is about talking about who gonna kill who gonna expose who. Yes. And that's not really something you really talked about in other musical genres, even with the dysfunctionality of some of the great artists in those genres.
Well, they'll tell you stories like you would only know about it on VH1 that Prince Rogers Nelson tried to run over Michael Jackson in a limo. You know, like, oh, word, that happened. I didn't know that. But to her point, Rick James was an immensely gifted, talented Renaissance guy. So was Chuck Berry. You know, but it didn't change the fact. Even what's his name, Billy Preston. You know, but they still had their dark sides, you know, courting little Spanish boys and
that was Billy Prince.
And putting cameras in, you know, people's bathrooms or drugging people.
People gonna be like, what type of black music conversation?
Well, Filmtown said, let's talk about it.
You gotta include everyone involved, and it's better just to get this aspect of the conversation out of the way, because it's like, man, these greats were so talented, but their behavior, you know, ruined their legacy. Or not only ruined their legacy, it put a shade on their legacy where people will talk about, oh, he made great music, but man, he was a dope fiend, or man, he made great music, but oh boy, he was beating on women. To where it's just like, you know, I guess it's the good and the bad, the yin and the yang of the music. Because I mean, a lot of it, what I've noticed with a lot of the artists, they went through a lot of stuff to get to where they were. They had abusive parents, they were in abusive environments. You know, there's no telling what went on in their lives that made them, you know, I hate to say turn to the dark side, but be pricks. We really don't know. So it's almost like, okay, they're a great artist. They had some bad stuff that happened to them that made them behave that way. We should celebrate the art, but at the same time be like, hey, man, you know, what can we do as far as society is concerned and with our behavior so we don't create these little monsters anymore? That's the only reason I was bringing up, you know, hey, look, we got to talk about the toxic aspects of some of these artists too, you know, so that we can try to, whatever we could try to do to prevent this from, you know, continuing, because it's a cycle, and it hadn't been broken, and we're kind of in a point right now where we can break the cycle. So we got to bring up these conversations. We got to talk about this stuff, start breaking the cycles.
You do have great, I think it's like what Joe Button said. He said, can you be an amazing artist and be a good person? We have a few of those. You know, you didn't have much controversy with Frankie Beverly, and he's fucking amazing. R.I.P. to him. But I just think that
You had Sonny Rollins, who passed away not too long ago. You know, legendary jazz musician.
I think
seemed pretty chill.
Yeah, I think people don't believe the majority of A+ artists or amazing talent can also just be regular and chill. We have a minority of them in all races and creed that we could talk about, like we said, Frankie and others who were like, they're very relaxed, no wild things really going on, stable, you know, background and relationships with people. But yeah, I mean,
I kind of look at
there are some artists who have are mentally off the hook.
Well, I look at it. I kind of just look at it like, you know, it's kind of like, I mean, is it Filmtown, just is it any more significant in one's life as what's going on with like your coworkers, you know, 2 cubicles down that you see every day, you know? And I think celebrity, I think what you're speaking about is celebrity. Celebrity is what can skew the perspective of whether people are going to be fighting for inherently bad human beings who happen to be gifted and talented versus someone just consuming art. Because not all musicians are celebrities, you know. And I typically ride along those scales when people transition out of that and they become
talk about like
a
underground musicians, Prince, like people who are not known, or like background singers, or people who had like more quiet careers versus
it's
are
like
you saying versus more
it's like
the mainstream artists in history that
it's like the, you know, even with the, like, for instance, the Marsalis brothers, like on average maybe people that may be like attuned to the space of jazz, but most people probably would walk by both brothers and just not think of anything. I think like when we get to stages of what we see with the Britney Spears and the Kendricks and the Drakes and the Jimi Hendrix, like this kind of the celebrity power that comes along with it. I think when, and then you find out that they have these egregious actions that they may have done harm against children, women, and in some cases men, but the public tries to fight for that. I get where that part is coming from, Phil Town, but I'm gonna be honest with you. You could literally be listening to Sin's point, you could be literally listening to the dopest background singer and you find out they was putting babies in the ovens. It's so much that goes on. I think you can have an honest conversation about the obsession with celebrity, but I think I think you can run yourself into mental illness trying to find out exactly what every musician you happen to listen to is doing.
Every human, there's dark and light.
Yeah.
But when you're going into people in these forums, it's the creative force. And ironically, it goes into like some Star Wars shit. But
Yes. Mm-hmm.
you'll have like people who put all their Sith energy in the creation of their music, and it be some great Sith music.
Yes.
You have people who have the whole Jedi light shit, and they put all of that into their creative force in their music. And we see it. We've seen songs that have brought people together, and then sometimes we see a mix because Marvin Gaye was Sith. Then he had moments where he would give you something of the light, where he like, what's going on, and a very politically aware album that he put out against his record labels, recommendation. He fought for that. So sometimes you have people who would be in the category of bad people who lived a very bad, toxic life and harmed people. Then they put this one positive album out, or they did one good action, or someone who's, mostly lived a bland, respectable life, but made a wrong decision in the moment. It's really all over the place because even Elvis got hit because not only because some people call him the culture vulture, but he got in trouble because he was dating teenage girls all the time, and he married a teenager.
Yeah,
someone who was 14, right? She was 14 when
14 in Germany. They said that they stated that Elvis had little pajama parties of 14-year-old girls.
And also people, they cherry pick
Allegedly.
who they going to expose based off who they like more.
Yes.
And that's a lot of humans do that. Okay, we have our morals and principles, but when it's someone who we really fuck with their music, we don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about someone who we don't like as much, which shows you
that is the darkness.
To some extent, a lot of people are cherry pickers and they lie when it comes to their morality. Of course, it's easy for you to talk shit about someone whose music doesn't move you. Imagine somebody who don't like Drake. And they're like, yeah, I'm morally righteous. No, you're not. You shitting on him because it's easy to do. But let's see you do that to someone who has been proven to have done bad deeds. Let's see you show the same type of fire and spirit. And it's hard for people to do that when they really like somebody, personality in their music.
Yeah, that's what I said. I kind of liken it to like coworker dynamic or even just a business dynamic. Because at the end of the day, yes, I'm interested in your art. But this is a business arrangement. I did buy your music. I don't know you. You get what I'm saying? And I keep that.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's like when somebody says, hey, man, did you hear this such and such 5 mic rapper could be a pedo? I'm like, that could be. It may not be. He may have somebody hating on him or somebody might need to expose him. But you're not going to have me crying in tears like Ricky and Boys in the Hood punching in a room, swinging in the air. No, I got other things to actually break tears over in real life, right? So, but I do understand where you're coming from, especially with the internet. The grooming is so powerful. Like, you can follow these people. These people can be on social media saying, hey, guys, went to donate to the homeless shelter today and, paint this narrative. Like, give you a great example, Filmtown, Billie Eilish, right? Billie Eilish has this whole thing when she sits in interviews is, I'm an aware. I think she's a Pisces. Is she? What is she? I can't remember. But whatever the case is, Billie Eilish was, in these conversations like, I'm this earthy, aware, hippie, spiritual third eye, Kundalini chakra type girl. And then you're hearing all these people like, no, she's pretty cruel. She's mean, like kicking elderly people off or buying up the homes or the reservation land type stuff that's going on. But you even see the public that has so far been groomed to grow with Billie Eilish publicly. You see them online arguing whether she's a saint or sinner. You get what I'm saying? So I get where you're coming from in those dynamics.
Okay, Ariel looked it up. He says she's a Sag.
Okay, thank you. Uh-oh, she's a part of your club, Ariel. Wow. Okay. All right. I think she got a Gemini rising. But anyway, but to the point, I think those dynamics, and I get why you're bringing that up because the grooming is so strong and intricate and more specific now. So it is hard for people to recognize that this is still a business arrangement. I bought your album off of iTunes, or I went to your website, put my email in, and paid to download your album. But they've groomed people to know we're family.
Well, and also one last thing: if an artist makes their whole thing is about morality, and they get caught doing something immoral, that's your fault.
Yes.
The reason why most people ignore the dirty closets of most artists is because they're not being too preachy. The moment you become too preachy and you ain't even 80% living your life to that, just be prepared. Because some people be like, why that domestic abuser don't get talked about, but this one, don't say you're a feminist and you for women and you kicking women in the mouth. Like, come on, bro. Have some fucking common sense. The moment you do that type of lying shit, you're gonna get cooked.
I think
you're
this
gonna get
is funny.
cooked in media.
Yeah.
You're gonna get cooked by society, and you deserve getting cooked because you went out there lying. You know, go choose a cause where you may be actually more consistent, where you don't get into trouble. Like, don't go out here saying you pure in an area where you're not.
Now, Filmtown, to add on to what you're saying, I want to hear your thoughts. But Filmtown, I actually think, now what's funny to me is when I hear like comedic hypocrisy. Like, you listen to a guy, he like, yeah, man, I killed 1 million niggas on the west side of Atlanta. Yeah, man, don't everybody tell you. Like, yo, man, this is one of the hardest niggas rapping. And then, you know, they interview him on podcasts. No, actually, I've been on a keto diet for the past 3 years, I think.
Wow.
Unless you admit that it's a theme.
Yeah, those things are funny
that's
to me.
Different.
Those things are actually funny to me.
Because artists do have to be clear in their language. Are you one of those artists where your music is completely about your own life? Are you an artist where sometimes you narrate other people's lives and experiences? You have to make that very clear.
Like J. Cole said.
Because if you don't, and then you get cooked for it, that's your fault.
I did laugh when J. Cole said, oh, me being the #1 lyricist, I was making that shit up.
He said it's a theme. He said I put on a theme.
But go ahead, Filmtown. I get what you're saying. You said, so you was talking about some of the darker sides of some of these highly praised artists.
Yeah, and it's just more of like, because I like what y'all have done as far as like, hey, look, we can still celebrate the music, but don't put them on a pedestal. Don't worship them. Don't, have them higher than thee, because at the end of the day, it's going to sound corny. We're all special. We all have our gifts, Find what your gift is and focus yourself on your gift and your talent, as opposed to worshiping these people that we don't know at the end of the day. And I'll leave it at that. And thanks for taking my call. Y'all can keep talking about this. And I kind of want to get off so I can get back to work and have other people call and I can listen to the rest of the street. So thanks.
You have a good one. People do have to be really careful. You should not worship anyone. When you worship another human being, you're literally giving away your power. Do not kiss no fucking human feet. Don't be stupid. Okay? You can love someone's work, you can love their skill, but beware. Do not worship anyone. No preacher, no singer, no rapper, nothing. You can admire someone, you can give somebody their credit, but do not worship anybody. Because the moment you do, you're giving away your own power, and that's just ridiculous. Don't be nobody else's slave.
What up, Ariel? Man, back at it again.
What's up?
Man, how you doing? Let's go, man. What's with you?
Yes, sir. No, what's up, Finn? Man, I got paid, and I am feeling happy right now.
All right, man. What is this? So you be playing that song? I just got paid.
Friday night. Party jumping.
Nah, I'm about to run some errands. I'm about to stock up on the vitamins like y'all said. I've been
good.
to get some anyway.
Yeah, good. You should, definitely, you guys. I'll post up the part 2 to the PDF. You guys definitely should make sure y'all load up right now before they try to get it to Pete Hexeth.
People been waiting for you to upload that for months. I've been waiting for it too.
It's detox.
Deep
man.
water.
Deep water. Somebody, I think. Look, there's some man. We be randomly pissing off random people in the industry, but I told you, I didn't think I never really liked Dr. Dre's rapping. But go ahead. That's a side note, Ariel. Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
And also Prince, Billie Eilish is a Sag. I looked it up.
Okay, yeah, so she's a Sag, yeah, because I know they had this whole theme that she was like Mother Gaia and she's here with the Kundalini, but they say actually financially and business-wise she's quite vicious on the natives.
Yeah, and recently her stalker got hit by a train.
Oh, what?
Her stalker got hit by a train.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the witchcraft worked.
Yeah.
Guess
her stalker got hit by a train.
Now,
Recently. I think it was like months back.
Why you would stalk
a Wiccan?
Yeah, with no, and she got no pupils in her eyes. Like that man was bold. Yeah, but anyway, so the stalker got hit by the train. So Billie Eilish is one of those artists that's protected by the Illuminati.
She looks like it, allegedly.
Yeah, no, she's like every now and then. Like there's some of them you be like, nah, you ain't got nothing going on. But when I saw Billie Eilish, I said, that's a little Illuminati Masonic sugar baby right there. Strange dynamics in her circle. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was thinking like a year or two ago. No, I think it was a year ago. I was on like the XXX Reddit, and they showed like a picture of her before they showed a video of her before she was famous when X was performing, XXX, because she was a big fan of XXX, and she was like in the crowd, like very close to him. I'm like, yo, so.
Oh, I saw that one. I saw that picture.
So I was like, shit. Prince and Sin are really on it. These motherfuckers be here before they really be here,
Oh yeah, no, people look. They call them plants for a reason. Now, whether the plant is actually going to grow with any strong leaves or not, that's a risk. But Billie Eilish, even when they showed y'all like J. Cole just standing in the crowd with Mos Def and these sometimes. Now J. Cole's situation is a bit of a hybrid there, but I know. With Billie Eilish, because of how X was tied to that content house with Denzel Curry and Juice WRLD and Ski Mask, it clearly was a whole industry thing.
And people forget about writers' camps too. That's how some people meet up early with big names. So like Dr. Dre had a writers' camp where they had what's his name? He said
Logic.
Yeah.
I knew you was going with Logic.
Drake and all of them were over there at the writers' camp. So some people meet up at writers' camp. Now, old school wise, people used to meet up in the clubs and stuff together. Because remember, you used to have a lot of punk rock stars or up and coming artists in punk rock. They used to hang out with a lot of up and coming artists in hip hop. Mm-hmm. So you had that's how Freddie and them met up with Blondie. Yes. And the rest of them. So that they used to all hang out, the Sex Pistols, even from the UK. And in New York City, a lot of the rappers used to go over to London, and people in London used to come over to New York City. So they would all go to the clubs, they would do music together. And then, eventually some of them would sign to a label.
Yeah. So, no, you're not wrong about that. But go ahead, man.
So Logic and Drake were at the same Writers Guild? They're part of the same Writers Guild?
Yeah, yes. The rumor went that Drake got dropped because his writing was too R&B-ish. That's what they claim.
That's not what Dr. Dre's into. Nah, we need to choke him. Nah, he's not gonna make it.
And they said, I think a lot of the millennial class was over there allegedly over there at Dr. Dre's.
Yeah, because he had that Detox album that everybody kept crying about, and I remember Drake actually rapped about it in the song. He rapped about it, and then I remember Logic. The first time I ever saw Logic, before I heard him, they had him in XXL, and they said he was doing some work with Dr. Dre. So I flipped the page. I didn't think much of it, and then one day I saw him.
But that's better to be let go by Dr. Dre than what they alleged with Diddy. Didn't they say Diddy stabbed one of the people at the writers' camp?
Probably so.
They say he stabbed. Lil Rod lawsuit said he got stabbed. Someone in the writer camp got stabbed in the gut.
Yeah.
I said, what the
stabbed
fuck?
in the gut.
So you not getting paid and you getting stabbed?
Yeah, I don't have the temperament for that, man. Yeah, man. They were like, bro, they got him out of here.
We've seen why he be stabbing folks and flying off the handle. How can not?
Yeah.
Quite literally a bowling complex.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Unfortunately, seeing that video, but everything made sense though. I said, okay, everything makes
Yeah.
sense now. So, yeah.
When I saw that video, a lot of things clicked into place for me too.
So, all right,
But
then.
to be a writer is dangerous because of how these goons run the industry. Like if you are part of a writers camp, like you gotta dodge people trying to have sex with you. Then if people take your song and you're not getting any publishing
Well,
from
also,
it.
yeah, you're right. You know, writers' camps don't just exist in music; it exists in comedy, sitcom shows, film and production as well. So, they do turn people into some. You know, look, they turn them into temporary agency workers. You said what now?
Yeah, it happened in gaming
industry
too.
too.
Yes, it happens there a lot as well.
Yeah. We was actually chopping up with somebody that knew some people that was working with Ryan Coogler for the Black Panther film, and one of the guys was telling us about. He said, "Hey, yo, y'all know about the ghost production in score and cinema?" And we said, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, nah." He said, "Actually, a lot of niggas be doing ghost production." I said, "For who?" "Ah, man, a bunch of niggas like Hans Zimmer, all of them big motherfuckers." I said, "What?" He said they get no credit though.
The industry maze.
It's a
crazy ass maze.
And again, I don't know what exactly Hans Zimmer produced. Nah, I'm not saying that, but the guy threw the names out there. He's like, no, they do that, and they were actually. It was also around the Nate Parker film too, around that time as well. So they were talking about how black musicians are doing ghost production for a lot of film scores behind the scenes, and they just don't get any credit for it.
Yeah, production of that's what Warren G. And some of them had problems with Dr. Dre about.
Yeah, they say that with Dr. Dre. That's a real big problem with Dre's
issue.
legacy.
Yeah.
You know, like you remember. Actually, that was the first reason why Tupac went off on Dr. Dre.
Because Tupac, you lying. This ain't your
Tupac thought Dre produced California Love. He said he did it.
He said, "Who was it? Daz? Who?"
Yeah, who produced California Love? Wasn't it Daz Dillinger? I think it was Daz Dillinger.
That's why Daz mad. They been stealing from him.
Yes,
That's why he left and went to Georgia.
Yeah, Daz, because you know Tupac a New York nigga, so he just assumed. Yeah, he just assumed the Cali nigga produced the Cali song.
Another Cali nigga.
I was pissed.
You also remember with Death Row Records, they talked about how a lot of the sound engineers were getting beat up.
Yes. Yeah, I told you
that's another issue too. Yeah,
you know, that's a real big thing. Like now, okay, and these are some things like Death Row Records is great in a sense of they're not aware of it, but a lot of Death Row Records, a lot of their premier records from '96 on back, you're hearing live instrumentation. They're doing a lot of live instrumentation. They have live bands in the studio. That's why the production just sounds so crisp and beautiful. Like I said at the beginning, though, I do think between Death Row Records and Bad Boy Records, they played a huge role in dampening R&B, though, on the flip side, where artistically we get to, Chris Brown, these hoes ain't loyal. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like Death Row grandbaby shit, Bad Boy grandbaby shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, was it Daz? Go ahead.
That used to be my shit too.
Oh, which one? I mean, that's fine.
I think Chris just got in trouble because he didn't diversify enough.
But I know Prince ain't everything, but it's not as Hoes Ain't Loyal ain't got nothing on You Can't See Me with Tupac and Parliament Funkadelic.
Yeah, that's a fire dense record right there. But with Chris Brown, these Hoes Ain't Loyal. I'll just say anywhere Tiger showed up on an R&B track, the song was going to be not that good.
You know what? Tiger is the only part of the song that's ass. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, because the song is not a bad song. The video is funny. I don't like Tiger's song.
He messed up a lot. He did.
Because he does this thing, he says, and when I tell a bitch,
Right. The only song of Tiger that Prince actually liked is only Rack City. That's it. That's the only one. Rack City, and it was mostly because of the production.
Yeah, and then the Kobe joint. What was the one where it was the Illuminati? Because I was like, that's a satanic record.
That's a very evil visuals.
What was the one with 2 Chainz?
Which one? Which one?
That was Hijack.
Oh.
If you believe in having sex, then me too.
Yeah. Yeah, because nobody talks about that.
Back in the day when I used to really like Tiger because I just like I like his tone, and I like how he could ride the beat. And the
Get what
beat
you
was
said.
always knocking.
No, like this is my personal opinion. Whatever people like, that's what they like. I don't really care like that. I'm not one of those types of people, but I just know I remember Coconut Juice Tiger. Then he disappeared, and then he came back with Rack City, bitch. I was like, oh shit, his production stepped up. Yeah, right. And then when I heard these hoes ain't loyal, a lot of times I check out on Tiger's song, on Tiger's part of the song.
Yeah.
But there was a period where Tiger was making. We gotta be real. There was a period where he was making like his own version of Luther Campbell Pornhub music. You know.
It was all sexy. It was all about sex.
Yeah, that's all it was. And so I mean, it's cool, but like. I think one time Tiger was having a conversation. He was talking about like lyricists, and I said, "Tiger, come on, dog." Like,
that's not a convo he's supposed to be having. I don't think he'd be allowed to have that convo.
yeah, and I just
Nobody went for you. Nobody went to you for lyricism, Tiger.
When he got in trouble with Lil Durk and he ran to the game.
oh yeah, Tiger.
Because Lil Durk was like, "I would smack the shit out of you," or something like that. And
and
Tiger
ran,
ran.
and I went back to the West Coast.
He went to
Yo,
the game.
who's this little nigga named Lil Durk? And then Lil Durk. Oh yeah, Ariel. No, if you missed that, Sin brought it up. Yeah, Tiger had an issue with Lil Durk. Then Tiger went back to the game, and then the game showed up dissing Lil Durk. Then when the game touched down in Chicago, all of Durk's goons locked that nigga in the club, and they told him, "You're not gonna make it to the parking lot, big nigga."
So that's how that happened. It started with Tiger.
It started with Tiger.
Because Tiger
crazy.
Tiger be always having gangland niggas around him, and so he somehow, I don't know how did he even get into it with Lil Durk?
I don't know what led up to it, but he didn't.
Yeah.
What was lame is that Tiger didn't let Game know what type of time Durk and them niggas was on.
Tiger was scared.
Yeah.
He was scared. That's why he ran.
Because you remember Durk and them niggas came on the scene, and all this Chirac shit was scaring niggas.
Yeah, I mean, like Durk was homeboys with Von, and Von was a really dope lyricist and a storyteller, but that nigga was also a serial killer. I mean, Von was this nigga. I remember I heard about a story where he there was this girl that he grew up with, but they were part of two different sets, and they actually dated at one point. I can't remember the exact particulars, but at the end of both of their at the end of her life, he got her to meet up under the pretenses of burying the hatchet. Instead, he buried some slugs in her. So like that nigga had to go. I'm sorry. He was a dope artist. He was a very good storyteller, but he was a literal serial killer.
King Von was.
That's why I'm always confused when I see niggas like online that say bring back these only three of these artists, and I see Von on that picture. I'm like, no, keep him going. Okay.
Bring back Von, man.
Also, I just realized we didn't even really have to guess. Lil Durk and Tiger got into it over Black China. It's always over the woman stuff.
Baphomet booty.
Yeah. Reformed.
Reformed
She
Baphomet
took
butt.
all the Illuminati tattoos off of her.
Yeah.
And she said she's living a more wholesome life now.
Right. Well, my only thing is I don't know why Tiger was running his mouth in Chicago like that. That's the only thing I just didn't get.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he don't have his connections, but it's kind of like you got to respect the turf you on. And then you brought Game, and then they was like, "Nigga, we'll lock Game in this club."
That's what they did. Isn't Tiger's mom like a college professor?
Something like that. I know people have always told me directly that Tiger's background is like upper middle class. And I didn't really pay too much attention to it. But some of the niggas that Durk and them were connected to, moving around, I knew some people. How they got down, they told some prominent people in the industry we'll wrap a nigga up in the truck.
But look at how AI talks about this beef. The game's involvement. The game later clarified that he jumped on the track purely to support Tyga without knowing who Lil Durk was at the time. He and Durk eventually squashed their differences years later.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know that. Y'all little niggas really killing. Hurricane game time. Time for me to blow out of town. Hey, yo, y'all want to hoop? Y'all want to hoop? Y'all want to hoop? Because when Game was talking in Durk's ear, he was like, y'all want to play basketball? I said, bro, I don't know. I keep telling folks all the time. I said, man, y'all got to be careful dealing with the Chicago niggas. They never cared. So all the red and the blues, that shit don't matter to them niggas. Like he told Game, he said, nigga, you won't. And I actually knew some people that was tied to it, and they said they specifically told Game, you will not make it to the parking lot.
That was.
Yo, that's why I ain't gonna lie. After that, I never looked at Tyga the same.
But you see, Cole Knox said they always think Midwest is soft.
It's not
until they get here.
Chicago, Minnesota, Detroit. I was in Minnesota, and I told y'all the story. Maybe some of y'all ain't heard it, but I told y'all it was Somalians. Now I was cool. The Somalians were real cool at the time. They was offering to braid my hair. They was like, "You want to come eat with us?" You know, all this other stuff. And so, but I had ran into some, and they were just dressed like hood niggas. And it was when I first touched down, and I was in the snow, and they came up to me. They said, "My nigga, what's up?" And then they walked off. And so I was at the bus stop, and I kind of laughed it off. And then there was his brother. He was like a big brother. He's like, man, nah, man, bro. He said, them Somalian niggas, they wild, man. They be fucking up them white people around. No, I said, what?
They do. When I was in St. Cloud, Minnesota, they were beating up white people. I ate at one of their restaurants. Some good food. Yeah. But they beat up a couple of white dudes who were trying to harass them. They used to beat up. They do have their big ass gangs out there.
Yeah, but you know they were real cool. They said we must stick together, brother. Oh, who's talking shit? Get that white bitch. Yeah, man. So you know, everybody there's a gangster everywhere you touch down. So I don't get arrogant about none of that.
That's why I don't shit on any place, even Canada. I mean, I know we make all these jokes about Canada, but they got bad neighborhoods too.
Yes, they do.
Rough people out there too. So every place has that rough side to it.
I don't mess with them mosquito face killers.
Even Sweden, you see the gangs they have in Sweden too.
Oh yeah.
They got gangs everywhere.
Oh, yeah. No, they got them. They got them everywhere, man. But let me see. Yeah, that's right, Ariel. You in Nashville, right?
No. I don't really want to say where I'm at.
Okay. I got you. Okay.
Oh, also Dre7 got update new. He said, did y'all see how messy this Jay-Z freestyle shit getting? Shit has devolved into now everyone talking about old Beyonce sex tape. Shaking my head. That shit really was a bad luck for Jay.
Yeah, there was
it's trending now on X. Yeah,
it's trending on X.
I haven't been on X for a while. I'm gonna be taking a break from social media.
Let me. I'll go for you. I'm gonna go for you, Sam. Let me check real quick because
my Twitter account is gone. So I deleted that shit. So no, I haven't seen it, Dre.
All right, so
Elon need money because he slashed the prices down on X now.
He should. There shouldn't even be no prices. The hell is wrong with you? Yeah, it shouldn't even be no prices. Yeah, I did see that the Beyonce video because there was this rumor, and I heard about it being in Houston too before I even got on the whole internet thing. That there was supposed to have been a tape out there.
Oh, they bringing up the Pimp C thing again?
Right, and you know, Pimp C ironically dies on Jay-Z's birthday. So, you know, people's like, do-ga-da.
People want to come to the channel. What type of black music history conversation is this?
That means Black America need to straighten up. We can have, if y'all get y'all stuff together, we can have more picnic moments.
We supposed to be
Yeah.
having a picnic moment today.
All right, so we'll just keep it at that. But we'll look into it
Hey.
later, Dre. But go ahead, Ariel.
Yeah, no. This is like that's what Jay get for like acting emotionally. Because I feel like that wasn't planned. That just like I feel like he planned it as he was there, but I don't think he thought about this like days or months ahead of time. I feel like he kind of did that on the spur of the moment.
Obviously, with
Just
that ugly
acting
ass
emotion.
outfit on. That outfit, look, I don't know what the fuck what he.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
everybody was cracking on the hair, but I kept asking, what is he wearing?
And for
You
those
know?
who saying I hate it,
Yeah.
Bone Thugs and Harmony, they look good in it.
Boom, 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 boom.
You know, there's some West Coast niggas that look good in that, but Jay-Z does not look good in
Yeah,
that.
now that's-
He dressed better with his usual style. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Damn, they even got
Yeah.
they got
I
Pimp
mean,
C.
like, I've never seen him dressed like that. I was just getting used to him in locks because that nigga been bald for most of my life.
Yeah, they even got Pimp
And
C's
now
son.
I gotta see him with his Panther afro out. I'm like, nah, nigga, that's never been you. You
That's-
never stood for shit. So well, don't try to virtue signal black empowerment. We got to stick together against this Canadian half nigga. And it's like, no, that's some shit you got to do with my boy.
Yeah, it is getting so wild. They even got Pimp C's son trending right now. So
Is
we'll,
Pimp C's son talking?
not that I know of, but I'm gonna leave it at that. But Ariel, for you, man, what has been some of your favorite? How do you feel about the state of R&B? You see, we got Peebo Bryson has passed away. How do you feel about the state of specifically Black R&B? Let's be specific, Black R&B, and like who are some of the artists that you're listening to right now?
Man, for the most part, I've been listening to a lot of older shit because, like, what's here now, I feel like is not enough. Not enough. It's because like I've been listening to sometimes Bryson Tiller. I've been listening to Don Toliver a lot. I don't know if he would he be alternative R&B? Or
Yeah, he is alt R&B, yes, but he does actually. I think Don Toliver does a fantastic job, and I feel he lifts a lot of the production for a lot of people, a lot of their songs when they're going into alternative space.
Does. So yeah, it's really been a lot of Don Toliver. I listen to Juice WRLD because he every now and then he'll go into that R&B bag, but it's alternative R&B. Yeah, for the most part, I've been listening to a lot of older music, like Prince. I've been listening to Parliament Funkadelic, Alexander O'Neal.
Oh yeah, okay, all right, okay. I figured that would be the case with you. So from alt to old school, that makes sense. You say I'm gonna bypass all of this other stuff in between.
Yeah, because like I'll see, like I might see some new R&B from the artists that I like, but it just I don't get the feels like I do from a lot of the older shit that like my folks had me grow up on, like Luther and Al Green.
Okay, all right.
Iconic acts.
No, I grew up in a strictly gospel and R&B household. Janae Aiko's another one, Code Knox. Yeah. L.A. Ma, I like her. I really liked her album that she dropped. I was spinning that shit.
All right.
But yeah, it's not like I don't feel like the sea of R&B artists is good enough for you to just be okay.
I can see that. No, I can see that. Well, hey, Ariel, appreciate you so much, man. Shouts out to you and your fam. You take it easy. You be safe off grid.
All right.
That's true. Stay off grid. Stay
safe.
safe.
We'll do. I got to run some errands. Also, rest in peace to Peebo Bryson. That song, I used to listen to that song all the time in high school because I would always listen to R&B radio stations. And that song used to be in constant rotation. So I love that song. That song helped me through some shit. Can you stop these tears from falling? Yeah, I love that song. So R.I.P. to him. May he rest in power. Yeah, y'all take care and be safe.
All right, Ariel, let me find out you was a part of the boys choir. What does it sound like to me?
No, I can't sing. I can't sing for shit, honestly. I'm just hitting the note today.
All right, bro. You take care.
All right, later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Ariel Smoke.
We enjoyed the conversations with all you wonderful people.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to take a look into some of the stuff that Dre, you've been saying into the chat again.
Drake 7 stay bombing on Rock Nation.
I know.
Drake 7, I remember before I took my social media break, the last thing I remember is Drake 7 said, Thought Crimes, look at this, Rock Nation, this. I'm like, I'm taking a break.
Well, shouts out to, I'll be able to check it out if y'all do send or take anything, and I'll be making sure doing the post and everything. But rest in peace or rest in power, to Peebo, man, classic work. Again, Reaching for the Sky, classic to me. I Am Love. Listen to that. Listen to the title of that album with that positive affirmation. I am love, right? Crosswinds is another dope one as well.
Are you doing on 1984? Can you say I Am Love while having Brother Love on the screen?
Oh, that is true. Let me get him out
because Diddy is Brother Love.
To the head of state. I will say though, that era of R&B from the 70s to the mid 90s, a lot of the brothers and sisters were quite classy looking. That's when black people thought black folks owned the box of Dark and Lovely. Like, it's not owned by black people. What you talking about? No, it's black. It's black girls on there. No, because she looked like my daughter. She looked like my daughter. What do you mean they not black? Let me look this up. Beauty and the Beast. Again, Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast would not have the impact without that soundtrack. With them soundtracks, all right?
No, would not.
So, wonderful work, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and cap it off here.
Also, are we going to do a stream tonight as well on the Patreon, or are we going to finish the projects first?
Projects.
So after June 6th, we're going to get back to the Patreon
We'll get back to the Patreon. We did a wonderful Patreon stream for you guys and gals yesterday. 4 hours. I'm tripping. 4 hours. What did we talk about, Sam?
We talked about the sacrifice, what's going on.
Oh, yeah, it was Jay-Z and Drake.
In the hip-hop civil war, we played the music between Drake and Jay-Z. We got into a lot of stuff. We also talked about the Kendrick stuff. We talked about even what's going on with all the characters involved, the Rock Nation, the OVO, the Young Money, the TDE, PG Lane, all that stuff. We just had a great conversation. Y'all go check that out. We'll be back on for another Patreon exclusive live on somewhere like June 7th or something like that.
And then do you feel you have a date for like when you and B-More y'all kick up the esoteric streams again?
You know what? That's a good question, Prince.
Black woman's shiny forehead.
I don't know. I mean, with the whole UMGs watching us closely.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
And all that. I don't know.
I forgot about that.
B-More and I will still give what we have to the public. So we will be starting back up sometime in the middle of June. We did promise the audience that. So we will begin, I don't know, maybe like June 13th or something like that.
Okay. All right, then.
And also make sure y'all check out the Dummies Cauldron.
Yes, the Dummies Cauldron.
Patreon.
Yes. Matter of fact, let me put this into the chat for you all real quick because B-More did a great job. She talked about sexual impropriety.
You want to play the clip? And this also came out. She did this before the Diddy video and all that thing came out. You want to play the clip for everybody?
Yes, actually, we're going to play the clip right now. To the head of state.
Love you guys. We're gonna close off to some B-More, and then also to some of our merch and other things with the dark Thought Crimes hoodie with Hearsay, Break the System, and then also with our
Somebody
outro.
said yesterday, "Hey yo, Thought Crimes, I went to iTunes. I still can't find that song."
Oh, that was Dre 7. They're independent creators. I don't think their stuff.
Well, why you play them?
Because they dope music, and shout out to the people who have been sending us dope music.
All right, so y'all listen to this real quick. This is what B-More broke down with the nature of sexual impropriety right now.
or contact with like our in-laws, or dealing with any legal matters or things related to education. Really have to be cautious, because like whatever we put in writing or say or try to communicate at this time can be easily misinterpreted, and important information may not be conveyed or received. So it's not just like somebody, I keep talking and like somebody's trying to intentionally misunderstand me. That could be a thing too. But remember I said before, people can be dumb. So malicious or dumb, sometimes both, But the other thing is, you can ask somebody like, hey, can you send me this document and blah 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 blah. They send it to you.
My fault about that, ladies and gentlemen. This is actually part 2. Let me play part 1. Hold on one second, and I'm gonna put this up on the screen for you all.
Get it right, black man.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm getting it right now. Full moon Sagittarius. Okay. Part 1, part 2. There it is. Part 1. All right. My fault. It's okay. It's doubled over. All right. Yeah. So you guys get a chance to check this out here. Okay. Here we go.
An assertive, no nonsense kind of parental archetype. I think what for people who may be struggling with this mentally and they be getting caught out with whatever drama this is kind of be going on, I think you should think of what transformation actually is. And sometimes we have to move past things and leave things where they are. Are there good memories? Are they bad memories when we experience life? Yes, but that's part of life. We can't stay in certain places and times indefinitely. We have to move on. Time doesn't wait for anyone. So we have to think of things as transformation as not always as a bad thing. Sometimes transformation can be positive, and it can help with a lot of growth and self-awareness. I think also for some people that maybe the transformation has been a little bit rough, you need to think about what you're going to do after the storm, after all these troubled things, after all these complications. What is life like after all of this? And you might find, I'm gonna be quite frank, you might find that it's a lot more easier than you thought. Maybe you think it too much. You need to stop, because for some people, if you have like anxiety, or you're just like, you just think too much, the mind can be troubled. And so I would encourage people to like do tasks where they can kind of like zone out a little bit. If you have to take some magnesium, if you have to take some other stuff to keep your mind calm and relaxed, I would tell you to do that, because it would help keep you very stable. And the last thing, as far as in part of this section, before I move on to the next one, anybody that's in inappropriate sexual relationships, you need to stop. You need to stop. And I don't want to hear trying to message me on the side, well, quantify sexually inappropriate. If you have to ask, then you know exactly what it is. I don't want no one messaging me nothing. If you have to ask, then you know that what you're doing was probably wrong or inappropriate for you. Learn some sexual discipline for anyone who is having issues. Because I already told y'all might be messing around with some crazy people. They pop themselves, you and the dog and the wife. Or the husband, or whatever y'all got going on. So for people who are in stuff and y'all know y'all wrong, you the affair partner, the whatever, not my problem, not my business. Because I had to mind my business to a certain extent too. Listen, you know you was wrong, nip it in the bud. And don't message me about it neither. Like, be serious. All right. On to the next one.
Black crime.
sensational.
Thought Crimes.
Oh my god, what's this?
Thought Crimes. Thought Crimes.
Because I'm happy, and I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow.
Oh my god, what's this?
And I sing happy, and I sing happy, and I sing happy, and I sing.
We are all the same. We are all the same. More group.
Coming through your airwaves. All right, now I'm here to kick the ballistics. Check out Thought Crimes. Are you following me? Coming through your airways. Coming through your airways. You ain't gonna get me with that one.